As the month changes, the garden begins to mature. Here's my Hellebore Jokers last month, still fresh and youthful, and now gently aging, with soft pink edges tracing each petal. The maple has finally leaves out. Young leaves catch the sunlight shimmering in the wind, a quiet signal that spring has truly arrived. April never quite behaved itself here in Zone 5B. This month, temperature climbed into the 70s, then dropped back to frost twice. And in between, 3 distinct waves of bloom came and went. Here's whole month, start to finish. The hellebores continue to change day by day. The old ivory prince now shows its age beautifully, a green center framed by the soft pink rim. Tropical Sunset has shifted into buttery yellow, brushed with a touch of magenta red. And this one made me especially happy, Joker and Merlin, which survived last year's transplant and decided to bloom anyway. Even the Hellebore from Trader Joe's joins the scene, proof that spring beauty can come from many places. The early one, Tulipa Analita, first appears wrapped tightly in a bud. Once the weather warms, it opens creamy white petals, revealing contrasting zone of red and deep golden yellow. Such a lovely tulip. The old variety faithfully returns every year. White petals, warm orange throat, growing softly in the sunrise. If you're curious about these old varieties, I made a video about them. I will leave the link below. One key to a long spring display is planting mix of early, mid, and late varieties. These work beautifully for tulips, daffodil, allium, lilies, even perennials, using different cultivars to stretch the bloom for weeks. One of my favorite spring sights, Peony shoots pushing through the soil, red and full of promise. Nearby, daffodil continue their show, while weeping crab, apple Malus, Louisa bloom beautifully. After struggling for a few years, a move to a better spot make all the difference. Muscari grape eyes pop up with a strong tiny stems, and Epimedium dark beauty catches the light, shimmering like pink pixie dust in the air. Spring isn't all about the flowers. New life begins everywhere. Mother rabbits nesting their babies right in my garden. And yes, you know who's still winning that battle? A frog nearby joins the scene, reminding me that spring is a season of beginnings. Under the maple tree, the front garden glows. Daffodil gather in clumps, sunlight filters through fresh leaves. My garden is now fully awake for spring. There are the new daffodils I planted last fall blooming in sequence, warming up buttery yellow petals with orange corona. Dance with me. Brilliancy. Somehow my favorite is petal resemble clematis, soft buttery yellow that aged to white in the sunlight. Dunchurch. Judamore, with white petals and an orange-red corona as if it's singing to the sun. Neon blaze, similar but with a gentler cup. Then Palace pink with its lovely pink corona and bold white petals. Ambon opens like a buttery lotus bloom, followed by Eden Song, soft, peachy, and unhurried. Camilla Clara Kate with her sparkling red rim and warm yellow inners, a quiet fire in the spring light. April Queen bright yellow with a cup aged in orange, as cheerful as her name suggests. Peter with a striking reddish pink rim. And Elizabeth Ann white petals, a blush of pink at the rim, quietly perfect. I also planted some new tulips. One replaces Tulipa esperanto. I'm not sure what's its name yet. The other is a Tulipa Chinatown, the variegated type. I've realized I'm drawn to pink tulips. Chinatown is a bit shorter than expected, but the love is variegated sharp white edge of the foliage and petal touched with green. Chinatown belongs to Viridiflora group, so I hope it will come back next year. The front garden reaches its peak when Darwin tulips, bold reds and apricots rise alongside blooming daffodil in mid-April. I love this time of year. The sunset casts a soft golden light, and when it passes through the petals of the tulips and daffodils, they seem to glow from within. Still peaceful, worth every chill's evening. Later, the late-season tulips follow, the Tulipa, Merlot, Ballerina, and Sonnet, while the Darwins are still standing strong. At first, I didn't like Tulipa Sonnet. The bold yellow and red center felt too strong, but now seeing these vivid colors at the end of the April season, I don't mind it at all. I love how they emerged this way, planted using the lasagna technique, not in pots, but directly in the ground, layered with early, mid, and late season daffodils and tulips all in one spot. They created a whole month of interest right here beneath this maple, one wave quietly passing to the next. My garden is now fully awake from spring. On March 26th, the front garden was almost bare. By mid-April, daffodil clumps filled the space, and the backyard, the garden changed again. Mid-April, then late April, with temperatures swinging into the 70s, then back to frost twice, along with a wind gust and tornado warning. The garden changed quickly. Blooms came fast, and the petals just fall as fast. The forsythia slipped right past me, past its prime before I even had the chance to notice. Whether it was the strange weather or still finding its footing after last year's transplant, I'm quite not sure. And just nearby, the Karsten winter gold milkopine is making its own quiet shift. The golden needles that glowed all winter are slowly returning to green. That maple from the beginning of this video, the one with young leaves shimmering in the wind, by now its canopy is full, casting cool shade over everything below. Spring moved fast here in Zone 5B, but watching each wave arrive and pass only makes me more curious about what comes next. If you would like to follow along through the rest of the season, I would love to hear you here. Leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!